Hello guys, welcome to another Honda Element video. Today I'm going to show you how to install rear struts with the Swift springs. These ones I bought it at Aerogenics. I'm going to leave both of the links of these parts in the description. When I was talking to the guy in Aerogenics, he told me by using these springs the car is going to live around half of inch to 1 inch, which I think it should be really good. As you see it here, compare the rear one, which is like 3.5 fingers clearance from the tire to the plastic trim, and then if you come here in the front, look at the huge difference. This one I can put all my hands, so it's going to be like 5.5 fingers. And of course, what I'm carrying in the back, just to give you an idea, I have my build-up platform, so I don't have the spare tire anymore in the compartment because I'm using a full spare tire now. So let me show you this setup. So this is the setup I have, and also this is a tire carrier. It does have a table, so that one is adding extra weight to my car. And also the e-camper, I'm pretty sure is adding some weight, and I will need to reinforce that suspension. Okay, so if you're planning to leave your Element, don't just think that you're gonna make it with the spacers. You also need the extra support from the struts, from the springs, to make the car drive smoother, especially when going through bumps. So let's see how it goes. But before this, guys, I want to give you a quick information of this Element. Okay, when I bought it, it came already with the Kyb Struts. I don't know how long it's been there. I don't have any noise, any problems with the struts, but I got a free replacement from Kyb. They have a lifetime warranty for their struts. And then let me show you my other Element, which is all full stock. And then this one, as you see it in the back, is 5 fingers, guys. So that's a huge difference from my other car. And here is 5.5 fingers. So in the front is same as the orange car, and in the back, this one is 5 fingers. This one is 3.5 fingers. And what I'm going to do, just to show you and see if the car lift a little bit more, I'm going to remove this one. And also, without the hitch, it's 4.5 fingers, but that's the price that you guys gotta pay when installing some tire carrier like this. You know, it's always gonna go down a little bit. I want to fix that problem by installing that, and it should be good. So let's do it. Now let's remove this strut. As you see it here, is held by just one ball over there in the bottom. That's a 17 millimeter. And then you gotta go inside the car, remove that cover, and you will have another balls. I just place the jack under this arm, but I'm not applying any pressure or force on that. I just kind of holding that on place. So now let's remove the 2 bolts over there. I will go by hand first before using the impact gun. So far it's very easy to do. Keep this right here, and now let's go under the car. I will try to speed it up with the impact gun. And I just removed this bolt, guys. So now, as you see it, guys, the strut should be loose, and you can always get a pry bar here and move this. I just remember, guys, that when doing the driver's side, you have to remove this canister out of the way, which is really easy to do. As you see it here, it has a bracket is held by a 10 millimeter, and there should be another 10 millimeter back there. So let's just remove those balls and put this by the side, and then we're gonna be able to have enough room to remove this strut since it's hitting here. In the other side, you don't have to do it in the passenger, but in the driver's side, you have to do it, okay? Should be another one back here. There it is. So I already removed 2 bolts, guys, and that should be enough. As you see it now, I can move it by the side, and that should be enough to remove the strut. And yes, it is enough space, so you don't have to remove the whole canister, okay? Just lose those 2 bolts, and then the strut is out. Now let's inspect the strut outside. So this is what I got, guys. I cannot see anything wrong with this strut. I never had any problems. I'm just upgrading with the springs to get that extra half of inch or inch. And this is the Swift springs. They look really nice. Color kind of match my orange tomato element. And they sent me a Swift sticker and just some information here. Remove this mount, and then we are going to reuse it and mount it with this one right here, okay? So to remove this, you gotta be extra careful, guys. There are 2 tools that you can use. Okay, guys, so the first tool option is to use this one, which can be also rented at the auto parts, or you can buy it for around $40 to $60. So I'm going to show you with this tool how to do one, and then the other tool that I have, which is going to make it easier, I will show you right now. And the other tool, guys, is this baby right here. Just in case, guys, because we never know, I'm going just to mark the strut with this, as you see it, just like a straight mark. It might help me later when I install it, you never know. And then to using this tool, so I'm going just to apply a little bit of force, and before going all the way, I'm just going to loose this ball right here. Going to be a 14 millimeter. So I'm also going to use this gun. Remember, guys, if you want to lose this out but it's spinning and it's not getting loose, then you can always grab a 14 millimeter branch, go here, and then you can use an Allen key over here and then just go by hand, okay? So that's another trick. Let me show you better, that way you can have an idea. So there it is 5 millimeter, so you can always go like that, and that way you can take it out with no problems. I will say that's the best way when you want to remove this and install it. So like that, and you can lose this ball, okay? But since I have this gun, it's going to make it way easier for me. You see, the gun helps a lot. So just keep in mind the way that you remove this, because it have to be installed the same way, okay? So I'm gonna be careful with this, put it here at the side, and then I'm going to apply more force to this. We remove this nut, and as you see it, as soon as I apply some force, the strut is out, guys. And also pay attention how this one came off versus this like a phone, then this one right here, first washer, second washer, and then the third washer. It came also with a new bolt, which will be a really good idea to use. And then what I'm going to do very carefully is remove these pieces in the same order that I'm removing it. I will install it. So first goes the sponge, then this one, that one over there, and then this one right here. Okay guys, so make sure this one goes all the way. Rubber still feels good. Remove this right here. As you see it, it has this metal part. Make sure that the way that you remove it goes like that. Okay, that's why it's important to kind of have this line as you see it, because inside you're gonna see like this one already leave a mark where the strut is sit. So that's why I was telling you about this mark, guys, that it's important to do it, and then that way I know where to mount the part of the new spring. And also in the bottom, of course, the new spring has this like end here that you are going to mount this part of the spring. Okay, so it's very easy to do, guys. And now what I'm going to do is just remove my tool very carefully. Don't go all the way, only one side, go even weights. And when you feel like it's loose, like you see, you don't gonna have any problem. So there it is. And now let's compare this with the new spring, just to give you an idea. Okay, I don't see really any difference on the size. The size for me looks the same. Okay, they do look the same for me, but I know that this spring is a heavy duty, and once you install it in the car, it won't go down as easy as this one. So I think that's good, because since they are both same size, you will know that the installation will be easy, because it's like a plug and play. But once it's all assembled and the car is on the floor with all the weight, then this one's supposed to be stronger. So also the color of the paint looks really nice. They did put the brand with a sticker, which not sure if it's going to fall with time, but it does looks really nice. It gives a nice look under the car with that orange color one. It would be nice if they have like maybe different color options, but it's under the car, so I think it's not a big deal. And then, guys, you can use this one right here, and we're gonna do the same thing here. Okay, so we are going to put this here, and maybe just to don't kind of damage the paint here, you can always place something like a piece of rubber here. Just hammer this so it goes all the way in, and then we place the spring inside the new strut. I know it's going to be really high, because first the struts have to break in after installing it. So after maybe like a week of driving, it might get like break in and then be in the original place, the strut. But of course the spring is going to help a lot. And then you grab this piece, as you see it right here. That's where it goes. And now this one also guide by this mark, and there it is. Easy to do. Okay guys, so as you see now, you cannot see the end of the strut. That's because we need to compress this spring. Okay, so let's grab our tool and compress it. And also I'm going to use it this way again. Okay, like I said, you can always put something there to don't maybe damage the paint, but I'm okay. I think I should be okay just like this. There we go. There is one over there. Kind of tighten a little bit this one. There it is. Okay. So that's good. Kind of guide this in place, and this one too. That's where I want it. Now let's go with the gun and go evenly too. Okay, guys. You can see now that I'm tightening it, this piece is going to get closer to the outside of this hole. So this tool should be okay, guys. Since the springs has a lot of space here, this tool, highly recommend you to use it. And as you see it, guys, I already can install the washer here and the new nut. Let's use the new one. So I'm going to go a little bit more on this, and I should have enough space to do that. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. If I knew this tool was going to fit without giving me a challenge, then I definitely was just going to use this instead of carrying the other bigger tool and mount it in my hitch, which is not easy to do since it's very heavy. And look at this, guys. Now I can install the washer. I kind of hand tie this a little bit, and now just make sure it's mounted in the right place over there and inside here, and then we can just tie it. And I will highly recommend you to tie it by hand with the branch and the Allen key. Okay, so let's tie it, and that's it. Okay, guys, so I like it to go like this to tie it, because you can feel it like once it's tight. Don't over tie it too, like with the gun, because you can break this. To tie it by hand, and there it is. I can feel it there. Now everything is in place, guys. Look at this beauty. As you see it here, is mounted properly. Over here too. And now let's remove this tool, and should be okay to do all this. So now we are removing, and there it is, guys. It looks really nice. Look at this beauty, guys. Now we are going to install it back, guys. So let's walk to here. Now we are going to install it the same way that we remove it. Would be a good idea if somebody up inside the element helps you out to install the two nuts that goes up. But since I'm doing this job by my own, I will have to find out a way how to do it. You might notice that this one might be a little bit off, not much. You can always take it out, readjust it, or in this case I'm kind of applying some pressure to move this. Yeah, I think I will take it out and readjust it. As you see it here, it should go in easier, but it's not doing it. So I took it out, guys, and as you see it, this yellow line here is not aligning with the light here, and that small clearance is not letting me install this. So now I have to compress this a little bit more. You don't have to remove anything, just compress it and then just move this and then put it back. Okay, so very important to follow these lines. And when I try it again, guys, look at this. After reposition that, I can install this here and also on top. And you can always go with like a rubber hammer and just kind of hammer it just a little bit, not too strong, because it shouldn't be too hard once everything is mounted properly. And then I'm going to put a screwdriver there just to hold it, and then I will go up and install the two bolts. Okay, It's 1, 2, and then just hand tight it. We're going down to install the bigger ball. And after I tied it up there, guys, then if you see here, that's where I need to install the ball. Install the ball back, kind of guide it a little bit. Almost there, guys. There it is, guys. Just be careful when you hammer this part of the ball because you don't want to damage that. And then I will go and tie this by hand. Make sure when you're tying this that it's aligned with the other side and it's going easy, okay? That's perfect. Now we are going to tie it to specs. Okay guys, so after installing the ball, torque it, and install the 2 bolts for the fuel canister, then we are going to install the tire bag. Now this is done, guys, so let's put the car down. And that's how you install the aftermarket springs with the Kyb Struts, guys. Hope you like it. Please like and subscribe. Subscribing will make more videos possible. And after the install, guys, let me show you how many fingers I can fit there. So it's gonna be very close to 7 fingers. It's a huge difference. That's without the tire carrier hitch and the spare tire. I already put all my gear and my camping setup inside there. So far it's a huge difference. I think like I still have to break in the struts, but I think if even that I get half of inch or an inch lift after the struts break in. So the most important thing of this setup, guys, is like when you add weight to this car in the back of the car won't go down as does with the original struts. So now let me install the tire carrier and let's see how low it goes. And I already installed the tire carrier hitch back, and let's see how many fingers we get here this time. So we get 6 fingers. I still have a space for 1 more finger there, so that's pretty good. Just went down 1 finger with all that way over there. So let's see after the struts breaks in. So far I'm happy with it, but let's see how it goes, okay? And after a few weeks of driving this car and taking it to a long trip, driving off-road also, I noticed that the struts break in, and now I can put 4 fingers here. So before I installed these springs on the new struts, it was 3 fingers and a half, and now it's 4 fingers. So it was a very slightly improvement, but like I was telling you in the video, guys, that remember I'm carrying this heavy thing right here, my camping setup, and also the e-camper, but definitely worth it. That finger difference is going to make a huge difference when I want to leave my element later. I'm sure if you are not carrying all that, you're gonna have a better lift than mine. And another thing I really like is how it performs when you go through bumps. It performs really nice. You can feel it's very smooth. So highly recommend that product. I give it a 5 stars. And now I'm looking forward to install spacers. And please, guys, like this video. Please comment. And if anybody lifted their element before, which one would you recommend me to go with, the Aerogenics or another brands? And also I'm thinking if I should lift it like 1 inch more, 2 inch more. So please comment, guys. Thank you again, and see you next on the element video. Bye bye. This element might get a 3 inch lift So stay tuned.